Tonight on News Central, updates from Capitol Hill on the impeachment inquiry. Michigan is finding themselves in an alcohol shortage.
And people everywhere in camouflage and neon orange today as it is opening day for hunting season. All that and more coming up.
From mid-Michigan, Mount Pleasant's own News Central 34 at 5 starts now.
Hello and good evening from all of us here at News Central. I'm Brooklyn Andrews.
And I'm Giovanni D'Agostino. Today marks the second day of the public hearing for the impeachment inquiry in Washington, D.C.
Former Ukraine ambassador is taking questions now and explaining how President Trump made her feel threatened. On Capitol Hill, Nadia Romero has the latest updates.
The impeachment inquiry took a personal turn as the former ambassador to Ukraine testified she felt intimidated by President Trump.
It sounded like a threat.
Marie Yovanovitch says she was stunned after the transcript of a call between President Trump and the president of Ukraine revealed the two leaders tarnishing her reputation.
Shocked and devastated that I would feature in a phone call between two heads of state in such a manner.
President Trump removed the career diplomat from her post after what Yovanovitch described as a smear campaign.
All we have is our reputation, and so this has been a very painful period.
Democrats said her ouster set the stage for the president and his allies to push Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden. President Trump reacted during the testimony, tweeting, "Everywhere Marie Yovanovitch went turned bad. It is a U.S. president's absolute right to appoint ambassadors."
And now the president in real time is attacking you.
It's very intimidating.
Some of us here take witness intimidation very, very seriously.
Republicans argued President Trump was well within his rights to recall a sitting ambassador and brushed off the hearing as political theater.
It's a disgrace and it's an embarrassment to our nation.
In Washington, I'm Mary Maloney.
The Saugus High School community is still in shock today after becoming the most recent site of a mass school shooting. Two Saugus High students were pronounced dead after 16-year-old gunman fired shots at 5 students and then himself. In just 16 short seconds, lives were forever changed. CNN's Daryl Forges has the story.
He was just standing in the middle of the quad, really not saying or doing anything. He had a backpack on, and at one point he took off the backpack. He retrieved a .45 semi-auto pistol.
Another mass shooting at a high school in America, this time in Santa Clarita, California, about 35 miles northwest of Los Angeles. Over in a matter of seconds, lives forever changed.
Shot one round and fired at one student, injured that student, and then appeared to clear some sort of jam in the weapon, and then fired an additional 4 rounds at 4 other students before turning the gun on himself, and that ended it all in 16 seconds.
The shooting suspect, a student at the high school, carried out the deadly attack Thursday on his 16th birthday.
I've known him his whole life. I remember holding him when he was a baby. I kind of looked at him as a younger brother.
As the suspect lies in grave condition at the hospital with a gunshot wound to the head, everyone is wondering why.
At this time, we have no reason to believe that the subject was acting on behalf of any other group or any ideology.
The Los Angeles County Sheriff says the suspect's father died of natural causes 2 years ago. His mother and girlfriend were interviewed by detectives. In Santa Clarita, California, I'm Daryl Forges.
Yeah, this is truly so heartbreaking. Thoughts are going out to the community of Saugus High School in this difficult time.
Most Michigan veterans and their families are not using post 9/11 benefits to seek college education they earned through their service, according to Michigan independent colleges and universities. Less than 2% of post 9/11 veterans are using these benefits compared to 2.5% nationally. According to the MICU, there is some growth. Of the veteran population in Michigan, only 22% have a bachelor's degree or higher, compared to 30% of the civilian population. Now, the Yellow Ribbon program may help bump those numbers up by decreasing the cost of any remaining charges after the GI Bill is applied. In Michigan, 23 out of 25 independent colleges and universities participate in this program. The state of Michigan faces an alcohol shortage. Problems in the current way the state handles liquor distributions are making it difficult for retailers to get their spirits, Carla Barron from CNN has more.
You can see where there's normally bottles, there are a few spaces, and it's going to keep growing.
Seeing bare shelves in his party store is a problem for small business owner Rich Macarius.
People who are looking for something special as we get near the holidays, a special order perhaps, we're having trouble fulfilling that. We just can't get the product.
He made an order for liquor on Friday, but got the news one of the state's major providers won't be delivering orders this Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
After Michigan State beats Michigan, people will be celebrating around here, and so we need product in order to supply their needs.
There have been delays in deliveries since Republic National Distributing Company consolidated its distribution into a new facility. Software issues and technical problems have slowed things down. The decision to not deliver orders this week was part of the company's overall plan to catch up to previously delayed deliveries and implement changes at its new facility. RNDC indicated their plan will allow them to correct outstanding issues by the end of November, but they also added there's no guarantee on anything. Macarius hopes he'll get his order next week. Meanwhile, customers' options will be limited.
If everybody wants brand X, then we'll run out, but we'll have brand Y and Z available, so we will have things to sell. It just might not be what you came looking for.
The state is currently working on legislative changes in order to prevent this happening in the future.
Well, American consumers, get ready to break out your wallets because holiday shopping season is in full swing. According to Ball State University economist Steve Horwitz, Americans are expected to continue to spend at unprecedented levels during the holiday season as the economy continues to expand. Horwitz explains that the constant growth in holiday retail is a reflection of both the long-term growth in the U.S. economy and its relatively impressive performance over the last few years. He also believes that wage growth and low unemployment rates this year are likely to encourage consumer spending this season. However, the effects of the unpredictability coming from the impeachment process are hard to account for. It's thought that if households become further concerned about the political instability, it could reduce willingness to spend that could cause retail sales to fall. Farmers are having difficult times harvesting this year. According to a statement from the Michigan Farm Bureau field crop specialist Teresa Singson, most farmers were anticipating a late harvest due to the late planting of major field crops. But what they didn't expect was such an early snowfall. Much of the crops are not yet mature enough to harvest, but the weather is making it very difficult to put it off any longer. Corn, sugar, and soybean are some of the crops that farmers are worried about.
Benefiting two local women's organizations, the 15th annual Ladies' Night Out takes place this Saturday evening. With raffle prizes, shopping opportunities, and many other getaways and activities, Ladies' Night Out offers an exciting night out in downtown Mount Pleasant. The night benefits the Women's Initiative Fund, a group providing funds to local organizations that combat issues commonly faced by women, and Rights Advocacy Incorporated, providing support to domestic violence victims. With a small $5 donation, participants contribute directly to the community. The event kicks off at 4 p.m. at the Broadway Theater. And now we have Amber Twardy, weather specialist, here to tell us about the weather this weekend, hopefully.
So we've had quite a sunny day today, and that is going to continue into tomorrow. But taking a look at right now, we do have Anna outside to give us a live look at our weather.
I am live in downtown Mount Pleasant, and although we have seen some chilly temperatures for the past couple of days, today has been some of the warmest we have seen in a while. Right now we are currently sitting at 36 degrees, but the wind chill is a little lower, around 31. Tomorrow will be a perfect day to go to the Ladies' Night Out in downtown Mount Pleasant at Broadway Theater, and tomorrow will be a bit of a chilly one too, with high temperatures only reaching around 30 degrees. And Amber will have more on that weather for you coming up after the break.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable, and with you when you had your heart broken. They were with you when you shared your love with the world, and with you when she became your world. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them?
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
News Central 34's weather segment is supported in part by a generous donation from the Department of Earth and Atmospheric Sciences. The department offers undergraduate majors in environmental science, geology, and the only Bachelor of Science degree in meteorology within the state of Michigan, in addition to a PhD in Earth and Ecosystem Science. Students receive one-on-one mentoring and a personalized learning experience, enhanced by small classes of 20 students or less.
Good evening, Central Michigan. My name is meteorologist Amber Twardy, and taking a look at our satellite and radar today, we have seen a relatively clear day. We have seen a lot of sunshine, which we have not necessarily been seeing the past couple days. A nice break from all the cold and all of the dreariness that we've been seeing. But looking at our current temperatures, we are at 38 here in Mount Pleasant, a little colder as we head up north, not too surprising though. 32 in Houghton Lake, 31 in Cadillac, a little bit warmer down in the south end of the state, but still nothing too surprising for right now. Looking at Mount Pleasant, where Anna is right now, actually, we are seeing 38 for the maximum temperature for right now. But then it still feels like 38 since our wind speeds have been very calm today. We've only been seeing wind speeds that have not been maxing over 10 miles per hour about. We've not been seeing too much of that. Looking onto our futurecast, we are going to be seeing tonight at 3 a.m. We're going to see a high build-in over top of the state, more into Canada, but that is going to bring down a little bit of nicer weather for us tomorrow as well. This cold front is going to move out of the way, dissipate, and we can see this system from the west start to build into our sway. As that moves in, the cold front builds up a bit more snow as it passes over the state of Wisconsin, but as that passes over Lake Michigan, that may dissipate into more of a wintry mix rather than full-on snow as we think it might be. But that is going to be hitting us on Sunday night, so this is going to be a relatively nice weekend. We've got nice clear skies, and we've got we don't have too much precipitation going to be coming for us. So basically just keep an eye out for Sunday night when all of that is going to start coming for us. Looking on to tomorrow, we are only going to be seeing a 7-degree increase in temperature. It is going to be a little bit of a bump. We're going to be feeling a little warmer than today. Nothing too substantial, but still we are going to be seeing that all across the state. We are not going to be cooling down, which is very, very nice after this week as well. Looking on to tomorrow as well, for dew points, we are going to be seeing a bit lower of dew points in the southern area of our forecast zone, around the 50s, upper 50s. Heading on to more of our area with Isabella and Gratiot County, we are going to be seeing a little bit higher up into the 60s, but even higher up into Clare County, we are going to be seeing a bit into the 70s. It is going to be feeling a bit stickier up there, a little bit not as you would favor necessarily. Right now it is 10 to 15 degrees below the normal average for this time of year. We would normally be seeing 46 degrees as an average. Right now we are seeing more down into the up to the lower to mid 30s right now. This is going to be a very nice weekend though. It's going to be one of the weekends where you can actually get out and do things. It is going to be quite cold, so bundle up, but it is going to have that nice weather that you can head outside for and actually enjoy the day. We are also going to be seeing the Leonid meteor shower peaking tonight and tomorrow. Those are going to be heading our way, and we are going to be able to see that, and I'll have a bit more after the break after that as well. For tonight, we are going to be decreasing.
Awesome. Thank you, Amber. Well, as many of you know, today is November 15th, which means what, Giovanni?
November 15th is the opening day of rifle season for white-tailed deer in Michigan. And here to tell us a little bit more, I'm sure you can see him, is News Central reporter Kyle Macon. Kyle, it's always good to have you.
It's always great to be here. So yeah, today was opening day. I hope all the hunters out there had a great day and hopefully came home with a great prize. So what about you, Giovanni? Do you do any hunting?
I dabble. I haven't been out this year. I didn't get out last year, but I was raised hunting. I hope to keep on doing that. Yeah.
That's perfect. What about you, Brooklyn?
Surprisingly, I do. I don't have as much time for it as I'd like, but it's always fun.
Yeah, it's always great to go out there and see the great outdoors that Michigan has to offer. But yes, I got to sit down with DNR officer Lieutenant Payne. Let's take a look at that.
Many Michigan hunters wait all year for this day, November 15th, opening day for firearm deer season. This time of year is exciting for hunters. However, when firearms are involved, safety is a top priority. DNR officer Lieutenant Jeremy Payne sat down with News Central to talk about hunting safety tips during this deer season.
You want to make sure that you have your hunter's orange on. Hunter's orange is very important to have. That way you'll be visible to other hunters that are in the field. You know, you got to have either a hat on or a vest or some type of a coat or something like that. Hunter's orange doesn't count if you just have hunter's orange mittens on or something like that. It's got to be a hat or a coat.
A big concern for hunters this season is whether or not their deer has been infected with diseases such as chronic waste disease. Lieutenant Payne explains where hunters can get their deer tested for diseases in Isabella County.
You might harvest a deer and it might look completely healthy to you, but it might be carrying CWD. So what's great right here, Isabella County, down there on Chipwaters Park, down there on M20 is a DNR check station throughout firearm deer season. So if you do harvest deer, say you're in this area here, and you do harvest a deer, go ahead and take your deer right to that check station. They'll take out the stuff that they need to take out to test the deer, and they'll get back to you and let you know if the deer is CWD free or if it does have CWD.
Every year, poaching activity is a concern. If you're in the field and witness any suspicious hunting practices, you can always reach out to the DNR.
So if you see something illegal going on or something that's questionable and you don't know, you can always call the Report All Poaching hotline. And that's manned 24 hours a day, and that's 1-800-292-7800. You can contact them any time of day and make a report, and a conservation officer will be in contact with you.
Whether you're out hunting or just hiking through the woods, using safe hunting practices like wearing hunter orange can help prevent accidents from occurring. For News Central, I'm Kyle Macon.
Pokemon Sword and Shield debuted today in stores. The games are the 8th generation in the successful Pokemon franchise that dates back nearly 20 years. Players can explore the brand new Galar region, a fictionalized version of the British Isles. The game is very different than Pokemon games in the past. Nintendo decided to give the franchise a makeover before they released it on the Nintendo Switch and Switch Lite gaming devices. The games are available in most retailers and sales are expected to go very well.
Anyone with free time this weekend might find interest in a few of the following activities. Tomorrow, Soaring Eagle Casino is hosting the Price is Right live show. There is reserved seating per show time and tickets are $25. Both shows start tomorrow. The first one is at 4 p.m. and the second is at 8 p.m. With the start of deer season, the Department of Natural Resources encourages hunters to donate deer meat to the Michigan Sportsmen Against Hunger. Michigan Sportsmen Against Hunger will have a truck at 8880 South Clare Avenue on Saturday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, November 17th from noon to 4 p.m. And students of the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Leisure Services are raising money for the Pardee Cancer Treatment of Isabel County with a bowling tournament located at Riverwood Resort. Join them for a night of drink specials, food, bowling, and trivia. It begins Saturday, November 16th from 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. and admission for a team is $40. Joining us now is sports anchor Joey DeBerardino. Joey, women's basketball faced off last night. It was a tough loss, but I heard it was close.
Yep, they are having a tough start to the season so far. They are at 0-2. They had a loss at home in the opener. It was a double overtime when it was really close. And this last game was against Louisville, the number 9th ranked team in the country. So, you know, they have a really young team. They got a lot of growing to do, but I think we'll be seeing them do really well, especially this weekend. So I'll have that story and more coming up after the break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
What are you doing in there?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Hi, I'm Smokey Cole Bear, filling in because for 75 years, Smokey only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
Meanwhile, the song was wrong. We did start the fire. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
The Central Michigan women's basketball team went toe-to-toe with one of the true heavyweights of women's college basketball yesterday night, falling only 76-63 to 9th-ranked Louisville. The loss dropped the Chippewas to 0-2, and it came a week after their season opening double overtime home loss to Green Bay. Although this is an uncharacteristic loss for the women's basketball team, this is the first year under new direction of the head coach, Heather Ostriel, after legend Sue Guerrera passed the torch to her predecessor. They also are in their first season without the star talent of Presley Hudson and Raina Frost. But this loss was a significant showing for CMU, especially against a top 10 ranked powerhouse in the Cardinals. So credit to them for putting up an absolute fight. This is a very young team with 2 juniors, a sophomore, and freshman point guard in the starting rotation. Coach O has full confidence that her young point guard, Molly Davis, will learn from this game and come out in the next game and play her best basketball. Chippewas go to Western Kentucky for a non-conference game on Sunday. On Thursday night from Mount Pleasant High School, the host Oilers won the first regional volleyball championship in program history, taking down Flushing in 4 sets. With the Division I regional crown in hand, Mount Pleasant now advances to Tuesday's D1 quarterfinal at Lapeer High School, where they will take on defending Division I state champions Lake Orion. The quarterfinal appearance will also be the first in program history, a history that dates back over 40 years. In an interview with the Morning Sun, head coach Oilers Allison Smith following the festivities said this is a long time coming with a lot of people and a lot of players and a lot of families committing to what we've wanted to do as a program. The support we have received is incredible, but this community always shows up to support one another. The big quarterfinal game against Lake Orion is set for 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Well, Thursday night football is trending this morning, and not because it was an exciting game, but because of the massive brawl that took place at the very end of the fourth quarter. The Pittsburgh Steelers were going to be taking a loss to the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, but right before the end of the game, handshakes, it was punches that came flying first. The final seconds were ticking down, and the Browns were way on their way to head to 21-7 when Cleveland defensive end Myles Garrett lost it during a scuffle with Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph. The third-year player ripped off the QB's helmet and then slammed him on it with the head.
This is barbaric is what this is.
I'm embarrassed. Miles is embarrassed. It's not good.
Some NFL fans are already calling it one of the ugliest moments in the history of the league. After the game, Garrett acknowledged his mistake.
Now what I did was foolish, and I shouldn't have allowed myself to slip like that. That's out of character, but situation like that where it's an emotional game.
And despite getting bashed on the head, the Steelers' 24-year QB says he is okay. He would not say how the fight started, but called Garrett a bully.
I know it's Bush League. I know he's, total coward move on his part. Where did it cross the line? Maybe when he took my helmet off and used it as a weapon.
Cleveland police say no criminal charges will be filed against Garrett, but punishment from the NFL was swift. Garrett has been suspended without pay indefinitely, at a minimum for the rest of the season and postseason. He must meet with the commissioner's office prior to reinstatement. That's all I have for sports. Now back to Giovanni with the rest of the news.
For any competitive school events, usually a national championship is the highest award. For Mount Pleasant High School's marching band, they have chosen to enter the Music of All Bands of America Grand National Championship, which will take place on the 14th. Although no qualifications are needed to enter, going to the national championship is still a significant move for the high school. The band has been practicing for the competition for the past few weeks, notably at CMU on Friday, November 8th. Due to weather concerns, the band has been practicing inside. Best of luck, Mount Pleasant High School marching band.
All right, welcome back, Central Michigan. My name is meteorologist Amber Twardy once again, and tonight it is going to be quite cold. We are going to be getting down to 19 degrees, and it's going to be a relatively cloudy night, but we are going to see a bit of clearness just in time for those Leonids to come in. Looking at tomorrow as well, we can see that Midland is going to be getting up to 30 degrees. They're going to be partly sunny. It's going to be a bit cloudier as we head into Alma, however, but we are going to have that very clear skies heading for us for tonight. Those are going to peak right around midnight, so right after midnight you can keep an eye out for the Leonids as well. They seem to have a greenish tint to them, so make sure that you are trying to look for those as well. On to the 3-day forecast. Tomorrow we have that beautiful sun heading for us, but Sunday is going to be nice as well, but we might have some late night snow that'll be hitting us more in the evening. We will be seeing some snow, maybe some wintry mix, maybe a bit of rain instead, but on Monday we are going to be seeing some showers possibly. Heading on to the rest of the week, we've got Tuesday has a chance of a wintry mix heading for us. Wednesday has a possibility of some precipitation, but most likely going to stay at just cloudy. Thursday we have some showers likely as well. We are going to be sitting at below 40 degrees for the entirety of the week though. Friday we are going to be possibly seeing a little bit more sunshine than we normally have been, but that is going to be sticking with us at that time as well.
Thank God we're seeing less winter temperatures and finally getting to the more fall still with a little bit left of November here.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Looks like it's going to be a wet week though, so.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a wetter week. This weekend is going to be something to make up for it, which is quite nice, but rather than that, it's not going to be the best week next week.
Oh, we'll bust out the rain jackets, we'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Michigan weather, what can we expect, right?
That's right.
Fall in Michigan.
All right, well that's all the time we have for you this evening. Don't forget to follow us on social media at News Central 34.
Thanks for checking in with us, and you have a wonderful evening.